Massachusetts. They call him Marvelous Marvin Hagler.
Well done. Here they come out. 10 rounds. Hagler on your right now, the southpaw, and Demmings a 22-1 record. What about these two? Clancy Dundee, jump right in.
Well, you see this Hagler's a southpaw. You can catch the way he's moving, and he comes in there and he comes trying to barrel and take over the fight. Demmings is fighting him properly, staying right in front of him and not making him pick up momentum. Worst thing you can do from a southpaw is back up.
Boy, Hagler's put together like a rock.
Well, I tell you, Hagler has 30 knockouts out of 37 wins, which means he can punch. And of course, Doug Demmings has had good training for this fight. He fought Sugar Ray Seals, another southpaw, 15 rounds. So he's had some experience with southpaw. It should be an interesting fight.
Round number 1 of 10. A lot of excitement. You can feel it here at the Olympic. These people see fights every week. They know.
I'll tell you, this is a big fight for both fighters. Marvin Hagler can move right into the middleweight picture with a big win tonight.
I'm impressed with Demmings, the way he's fighting the southpaw, not backing up from him, staying steady, not getting rousted out of position. Because if you back up on the southpaw time, you'll see that that's when they land effectively.
You have to force the southpaw, huh?
You got to force the southpaw and you stay right in front of him and try to have the tempo of the fight.
Hey, Gil, is there any advantage to trunks like Demmings has on, those long jobs, those pedal pushers or whatever they are?
Well, I don't think there's any advantage to the pedal pushers, but I tell you, Marvin Hagler with that shaven head, that can be a distinct advantage. I know I never liked any of my fighters to fight a fighter with a shaven head because that can be a weapon. That can open you up pretty quick.
And we do have strange cut rules in California, so we'll keep posted, huh?
Right, you got to be very careful you don't get cut too early.
It's a 10-point must in California. 2 judges and the referee vote.
Both fighters are tight in this first round. Both alert, both showing a lot of respect.
Hagler is 7th rated now in the world. He's the one with no hair and the good left hand.
Hagler has fought the better opposition. He has a win over Sugar Ray Seals, who defeated Doug Demmings. He's also beaten Kevin Finnegan and Mike Colbert. He's been in with some pretty good middleweights.
Hagler at 158 3/4. Demmings at 159 3/4. And this division can really punch, right?
Hagler looks like the heavyweight compared to Demmings.
Whoa. Did the knees buckle that time? How good was that left hand?
Well, I tell you, it was a good punch, but the glove was open.
This is only the first round. The middleweights. On your right is Hagler, the southpaw. And that's Doug Demmings in those long blue trunks.
I tell you, both corners had long conferences with their fighters between rounds. This could very well develop into a tactical fight.
I'm impressed with Demmings with that left hook because you'll notice that'll be the most effective punch in the fight with Hagler. But when you throw a left hook at the southpaw time, that's the blind side of the southpaw. The right hand is up in the air, and the left hook goes in there.
Hagler can really take a punch, though.
Hagler can do a lot of things. He's a very good middleweight.
These are 2 well-schooled, experienced middleweights. I tell you, Demmings seems to keep his legs a little too far apart, which can take away from your punching power. When he plants himself, he really spreads his legs.
Last year, Hagler knocked out Willie Monroe twice. And at that time, Willie Monroe had some good thoughts about big world titles.
Yes, he sure did. And I'll tell you, he handles himself real well in there. And he's a very good school fighter.
Demmings is still a little tight, and when you're tight, if you get hit, you can be hurt. He just hasn't relaxed. He hasn't found himself.
His left eye looks like it's partly
closed.
Yeah,
it looks like it got caught a glove in it, and it got sort of blurred vision right now. Well, he's blinking.
That can bother a fighter. Harold Weston in his last fight for the welterweight championship of the world got thumbed in the eye, and it took him about 2 or 3 rounds before he could get himself together and find the other fellow. It can really blind you.
Demmings has a little welt under it. I noticed him feeling at it.
Well, they'll have to work on it in the corner between rounds, and just about all you can do is throw some good cold water in there and hope for the best.
Looks like Hagler's hit it a couple of times since, hasn't he?
Hagler got hit him with a very good left hand. The kid took it well.
He doesn't have much movement of the feet, though, does he? Demmings I'm talking about. He's sort of got a wide stance, hasn't he?
I tell you, Demmings threw a nice combination, but his punches are more or less arm punches and slaps. He doesn't close his glove.
With all the punches thrown, the fellow's bleeding from the nose is Marvin Hagler from that right uppercut was thrown, and Demmings is bleeding from the mouth.
Well, if we were judging the fight by blood, then it would be an even fight right now.
Hagler from Boston and Demmings from Minneapolis. You're right, there's blood on Hagler and a bad eye on Demmings. Closing seconds of round 2. This one's supposed to go 10. Hey, what happened in the corners, you guys? They work on both fighters?
Yeah, well, what they were doing, they were working on the bloody nose of Hagler, and with Demmings, they were trying to clear his eye.
Is the nose worse than a bad eye if it's not, the eye's not too bad? Which is the worst thing?
Well, the eye would be the worst thing to have, because once your vision's impaired in that ring, you're in trouble.
How about the breathing with a bloody nose?
Well, that can get you tired, but it's not a sudden tragedy.
Demmings had a pretty good little
Very
uppercut, huh?
impressed by Demmings because everyone didn't give him a shot against Hagler. They were trying to say that it would have been too much for Demmings. Demmings has got the numbers to hit Hagler with, that right uppercut, that left hook. He's hitting Hagler with those punches.
Yeah, Hagler's starting to reach in there, which can be very, very dangerous.
Demmings has 9 knockouts and has 20 wins, so you're right. He can hit.
I tell you, Demmings is fighting a smart tactical fight. He's moving to his left every time Hagler tries to lead, and it brings him right outside Hagler's right foot, and Hagler can't find him. See him circling to his left.
The great build on Hagler. Is that always important with a fighter? Do good-looking muscles make good fighters always?
Muscles ain't the thing. You got to have muscle tone, Tom. If you got bulky muscles, you have a tendency to wear out pretty easy. Now, I'm surprised the way Hagler's reaching for Demming. Demming must be a pretty smart fella in there because he's taking away distance from Hagler.
He's quick. He's moving, feinting, punching, and getting out of there. See him take that step over to the left? That's what you have to do against the southpaw.
Hagler's got a tough-looking jab, though, doesn't he?
He's tough from the top of his head to the bottom of his feet, Tom.
Well, Demmings isn't showing him too much respect. Hagler's had 30 knockouts in 37 fights, and Demmings is in there clowning.
Making a big mistake now, Gil, backing up like that.
Yeah, you never back up in a straight line against the southpaw.
Never straight line. Go either side of the southpaw. Never back straight up. That's a mistake.
Yeah, that Hagler looks strong. Huh.
He's what we call a bricklayer in our trade.
So he comes right out on top of it.
Demmings is an excellent fighter, Tom, but he makes moves in there that shows why he's had all those good wins.
Closing seconds of round 3. Hagler against Demmings, and they're just measuring one another. Round number 4. They got the nose, the bleeding stopped on Hagler, did they?
Well, no, they're working on it. It's still bleeding. What they got to do is try to contain it.
That happened between round. Now Hagler is really going after Demmings in round 4.
And he's starting to make Demmings move the way he wants him to move.
How did you guys see it after 3 rounds?
I had it 2-1 myself, Gil. How'd you have it?
Hagler?
Yeah.
Hagler just landed a big straight left hand.
He sort of turns right side once in a while. He's not southpaw.
No, he
That's
goes
right.
both ways. He's a very...
Now he's fighting orthodox, not fighting southpaw now.
fighting right-handed right now.
Now he turned around again.
Now he's southpaw.
I guess the great left hookers in the boxing history were converted southpaws, weren't they? Archie Moore, I'm just trying to think of a few, huh?
Well, Joe Maselli was another great puncher, southpaw converted.
Now Hagler is fighting orthodox. He's got that left foot in front. Now he's back to the southpaw stance.
He's dictating right now. Demmings lost his tempo. Hagler's dominating right now.
Minute 45 left in round 4, and Ronnie Hagler is after the man from Minnesota.
Demmings is going to have to nail Hagler with a good punch to make him respect him, because now he's just starting to walk in and really take charge.
Oh, now Demmings laughed at Hagler, and
That's laughing, you know, after it's too late, because laughing like that don't help you. He's just trying to con his way through. But Hagler's really dominating right now. I won't be surprised to see Demmings get out of there, if not this round, the next couple.
Well, what Hagler is a real honest workman. He's in there, he's putting pressure on you, he's moving his hands all the time. Demmings is trying to steal punches, clown. That's not going to win him the fight.
each fighter's getting $7,500 for a real night's work. And I'll tell you, I like what you said. Hagler looks like he wants to earn it.
Hagler's he's just turned right-handed again, Tom.
He seems to do better from the orthodox stance than he does when he fights southpaw. There he's fighting orthodox now.
What is Demmings trying to pull off now?
He got hurt, Demmings.
Demmings just trying to sneak punches in there, Tom. Trying to get a lucky shot in there without getting in too much trouble. He's just trying to bide his time.
Demmings is tired.
I don't think Hagler's too worried about his punching power right now. Round 4 is almost over. Halfway through, and Hagler came right out. There's no blood coming from the southpaw's nose any longer. And Demmings did not have a strong round, did he, in 4?
No, he's trying to steal punches and fight 20 seconds where he's in with a fighter that won't let him rest. Hagler is an honest workman. He's going 3 minutes of every round. He tries to keep you in front of him, tries to move his hands.
Hagler's 25 years of age, so he's still plenty young enough to go all the way to the top, isn't he?
Yes, he is. He's a very good fighter.
When he converts to the right-handed style, he really looks effective, doesn't he?
Yes, he looks better right-handed. There he goes. He's just turned right-handed. Went back to southpaw again.
I tell you, Demmings was arguing with his cornerman between rounds. Maybe he said to him, "You told me I'm fighting a southpaw, and this guy's fooling me by turning around. No fair."
The scouting report was bad, huh?
That's right. You should run instead of pass. Now he's orthodox again. That's a very effective move on Hagler's part. He just keeps switching. 1 minute he's southpaw, next minute he's back with the left foot in front.
Boy,
very effective.
He was trapped in a corner, and all of a sudden now he's got...
He goes right-handed in the clinches, Tom. See, left foot in front. Right. He goes right-handed in the clinches.
A couple of good right hands.
Yeah, he's going all the solid ones.
Neither one of them are going to the body much, are they?
Hagler threw a beautiful right hand to the body before. Those are the kind of punches that take a little bit that Demmings has left out of him. There was another good right hand to the body.
This is a no-no with a southpaw staying on top of those ropes.
Tell you, Demmings has the legs. He should use them. He's not.
Yes.
A minute left in round number 5, and Hagler's been doing most of the throwing, and Demmings been doing most of the catching.
Demmings' eyes starting to get swollen under the left part of it. Like the left part of the eye is getting swollen in the bottom lid.
Well, what's really happening is Demmings is running out of gas. There was a beautiful left hand to the body. That's going to take the rest of the gas away from him.
looks like he's really in condition.
Yeah, he's a real mechanic in there. He's throwing shots to the body, shots to the head. He's really taking charge.
He hurt Demmings with that left hand.
Hagler now lives in Brockton, Mass. A pretty good town for a fighter to come from, huh?
Hey, there was a young featherweight come out there by the name of Rocky Marciano.
I tell you, he's hit Demmings with his Sunday punches. Nothing's happened.
Sixth round. Hagler is a southpaw in those brilliant red trunks, and he has been tough. He has really carried most of the action at Demmings. What's the condition right now, and how do you guys feel so far after 5 rounds?
Well, I tell you, if Demmings wants to win this fight, he's going to have to try to assert himself. Start moving in, start throwing combination punches. You just can't let a southpaw get off first all the time.
Is Hagler winning the fight, Gil, in your opinion?
Hagler's winning the fight big, in my opinion.
Angelo?
Yeah, I have to agree with that. He's winning the fight big. Demmings is just not fighting the fight to win. He should be in there backing him up. Instead, he's running. And you don't run from a southpaw. You get licked from a southpaw when you run.
Was there a point where Demmings decided that he didn't want to fight as much? Is he quite the person he was in the first 2 rounds?
Well, no, Marvin Hagler just dominating. Whatever Demmings does, he does better. Hagler does better than he's doing. So he's wondering what to do right now.
Did you see Hagler take that shift over to the right? And now he's got Demmings moving the way he wants them to move. Demmings has to move outside that right hand of Hagler, the way he did then. He has to move to his left.
Well, doesn't Demmings have to become offensive at all if he has the chance of winning this fight?
Yes, he does.
Ooh, there he was. Try it.
Now Hagler got hit a good punch. He turned around. He's fighting now back to southpaw again.
He slapped a hook on him off that left
hand.
hand.
Good left hand up against the rope.
Demmings is hurt.
Real good punch.
Demmings is hurt.
Minute and a half left in the 6th round.
And he's hurt. Demmings better put 2 or 3 punches together. He's going to be out of there.
He's got to do something to keep him off, Gil.
That's right.
If nothing's being thrown, you're going to wind up getting out of there.
Yeah, he's a good-looking right-handed fighter. I'm talking about Hagler.
Yes, he is.
Yeah,
Who said he's a southpaw?
well, he's been a southpaw all his life, but this is a surprise. I guess it's a surprise to everybody. And it seems to me he fights better with his left hand extended. Hey, you see that shift over?
Shifted again, huh?
There's a lot of good coaches in the audience here. They're telling Demmings to get down low, and that's exactly what he should be doing.
Yeah, but how low do you want to go down? You don't want somebody counting over you either.
Oh, that's true.
Got hurt with a real good body shot that time, Demmings. Moving away, got hit with a real good body shot.
30 seconds left.
Oh, yeah, he's...
In round 6. Boy, Hagler's dishing out a lot of punishment.
Demmings just landed a good right hand. That made it help him to get through this round because he was just about ready to go.
10 seconds. Good left hook, good right uppercut by Demmings. Another right uppercut.
Angelo Dundee, between rounds, you said something interesting. You said Demmings might have found new life by getting a few of those
Yeah,
punches.
the last seconds of that round, he threw about 4 good punches, right uppercuts that landed. And I think he may have taken new life now. He said, well, maybe I can get lucky with this guy. Let me see what I can do.
I tell you, I just think Hagler is just too determined. He's not going to let Demmings get back into this fight.
When Demmings does punch, he's a pretty good-looking, quick puncher.
Oh, yes, he is. He throws excellent punches in there.
Well, the thing is, Demmings would like to fight about 30 seconds of every round, but Hagler makes him fight 3 minutes, you see.
Good point.
Demmings is now bleeding from the nose.
There's nothing like boxing, though, baby. You can't switch off and let somebody else do your relief work for you or cover somebody. You have to by yourself.
And the other thing we've been trying to get is, implement taking an extra gas tank in the ring. Won't let you do it.
There's no timeouts in boxing.
Demmings spit out his mouthpiece.
Rosadia can actually stop and let him put that back in.
He was supposed to.
Yeah, they're washing
supposed
the
to.
mouthpiece
There they go.
now.
Yeah.
They stop, they put it back in.
Yeah, they're supposed to stop it when the mouthpiece is out of the out of his mouth, and Razadillo warned him about spitting it out.
Did he spit it out to get a little breather?
Well, no, I guess he felt he can breathe better that way, Tom. But the rule here is that if your mouthpiece comes out, the referee stops it and makes you put it back in. Mouthpiece came out again.
They stop the clock while they're doing that, while they're putting the mouthpiece back to it?
He said, I didn't spit it out.
Very interesting. They have a bucket of water over there. And Georgie Latka, the judge, rinses the mouthpiece. They put it back in. That's twice it's been out.
Otherwise, you got a lot of rosin in your mouth, I guess.
That's right. It's a California rule. Most states, if your mouthpiece falls out of your mouth, shame on you.
Oddly enough, Hagler's nose is bleeding again, too.
Heavier. He's been hit with some good punches in this round.
I don't know if Demmings used that as a ploy or not, but it looks like he's having a little bit of a second surge.
Good left hook landed by Demmings that time.
Was it Doug Demmings' idea to let the stronger-looking person tire himself out? Is that what we're going to find out?
Well, I tell you, they're both looking a little shot-worn right now, but naturally the other Hagler's throwing the best punches, but Demmings is landing some good punches.
Now, Hagler's backed off a little bit. Less than 30 seconds.
I tell you, Hagler is a determined fighter. He can really take the courage out of you. He just doesn't stop.
Hagler's using, Demmings is looking at the clock right now. He found out where the clock went. You'll see him looking up every once in a while.
Might be the first thing I would do before I got in the ring. End of round 7. All right, it's wartime, round 8. Boy, this is a good middleweight fight. Don't forget, after this round, there'll be a station break for you people all the way across the CBS television network. Right now, we're at action. How did Hagler look over in the corner?
Well, I tell you, Hagler looked very good, and Demmings looked like he needs a second win. Yeah, he tried hard early in that 7th round, and he more or less shot us both. Hagler just goes on, just keeps throwing punches.
I think he'll settle for a first win, Gil. I don't know about that second win. Tell you one thing, he's landing good punches. I'm impressed by Demmings, but the Hagler's a little too much strength for him, a little too awesome for him.
You know, there's so much of this boxing, it's mental, it's mind over matter. Hagler just won't let himself be beat.
I'm just thinking
Very
about
determined.
40 professional fights, Gil, you and Angelo, and Hagler's only lost twice. You know, and you're going to war with some of the great people around that East Coast. You're a pretty good fighter.
That's right. He's right-handed again. There we go.
Oh, best puncher.
The best puncher of the night.
And now Demmings fights a little bit.
That's what Demmings has to do. He has to get off first.
Hagler really landed a right hand.
Either Demmings takes the greatest punch in the boxing business, or Hagler is not a good puncher.
Well, as you pointed out before, Hagler is a very strong guy, but he's a clubber.
What do you mean by a clubber?
Well, he doesn't have that real snap in a punch. He has strong arms.
Oh! That was a good right hand.
And those strong arms just did the job.
Hagler goes to the neutral corner. Rosadilla now is making sure that Doug Demmings knows where he is.
Now Hagler's going to go out and just club him to death.
A minute left. A minute left in round number 8.
Right again.
Oh,
All over.
that right hand was a number.
Well, we have 47 seconds to go.
No, it's all over, Gil.
Yeah, it looks that way.
It's all over.
They should stop this fight. Hagler just looked at the referee and asked him to stop it.
Rosadilla
All
stops
over.
it. There it is. The winner's Marvin Hagler. His 31st knockout. It came with 38 seconds left in round number 8, the Olympic place. And I'll tell you, they really like it when the fight gets tough, when it gets down to closing time, don't they, around here?
You see, we're talking about the difference between a clubber and a fellow with a snap in his punch, like a Carlos Palomino. He snaps that punch. Now you watch Hagler. He hits him with hard punches,
And he's
he gets
right-handed.
the job done, but you see they don't count 10.
Demmings went down. Second one. Now they're checking to make sure. Hagler wanted to make sure that Demmings was all right. We'll return to the Olympic after this word from your local station. We got a good one coming on, too.
The Jeffersons are on the move. From now on, catch them Saturdays at 8, 7 Central and Mountain, starting tomorrow on CBS.
KNXT, Los Angeles.
Marvin Hagler's 31st knockout. Here's Jimmy Lennon.
2 minutes, 22 seconds in round number 8. The referee, Larry Rosadilla, stopping the bout, and the winner by way of knockout, the marvelous Marvin Hagler.
All right, a real good workmanlike job by Hagler. And now we've got Bruce Curry against Monroe Brooks in super lightweight competition, which is about 140 pounds. Now, the funny thing is that each of these young men came from Texas. Bruce Curry came from Fort Worth, and Brooks came from Wichita Falls, Texas. And you know something? They don't like each other, and they're going to fight.